Hey, welcome back to Tiger Isle Second City. Second look at a spell. Everybody knows what protection from evil is, type thing that means. It's in your book, it's on page 266. But the breakdown of it is not that great. And I didn't start with paper on this. Let's see here. That can't be good here. Sometimes things take a second look, and that means. And I've been looking at the tertiary of jobs in Final Fantasy from Pocket Productions, right there. That's 1, 2, 3 jobs type thing, and some of their relations. And in doing looking at just some work in general, hopefully, you know. That can make a little bit more sense than what it's been doing. So I went ahead and made a copy of this here, and I guess I'm going to sit down for this. Let's see here. There's protection from evil. It is a Cleric 1, type thing that means. Wizards can do it too. If you look deep enough, type thing that sense. I believe the difference in between the Cleric one is, hold on here, that's Cleric, and that's Mage, and that's here, and that's your turn undead attempts type thing, that which can be converted into positive energy. And which turn, is that based off of faith or religion? Yeah. That's a faith and a religion, which a mage can do that faith or religion. So I think that's the spell, protection from evil, and then from that type thing is their turn attempt type thing that means, which is a faith-based turn type thing there in that type of sense, which is the same thing. And a mage can do the protection from evil too, but they don't have the faith part type thing that means. So sometimes when you're looking at it, that was first look, type thing that means, and that was second look, like that, type thing that means there. So A is first, and B was second, type thing in that type of sense. But I didn't do that in Excel or something, so you know, that's 2 looks type thing. Some would say that that was 1 plus 2 for 3 looks type thing that means. Type thing off the A and B type thing that type of sense. So A was 1 and B was 2 type thing in that sense. Okay, and I think I need to redo the well, anyway, we'll move on from that. Now, spell wards a creature from attacks by evil creatures. I did skip over all this, and hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense here. Creates a magical barrier, right there, taking that means. Subject at a distance of 1 foot. The barrier moves in that sense there, on that, with the subject, and has 3 major effects. The first effect, taking that type of sense, there, is that the subject gains a +2 deflection bonus, and to AC, and a +2 resistance to saves right then and there. Deflection is your armor class, and I believe saves are your fortitude, reflex, and will save, which is, well, in 4th edition, reflex is your armor class for rogues and things, but in Pathfinder, I think they still don't use saving throws for armor class. So now that's second, right then and there. That's first, and second. The barrier blocks any attempt to possess the warded creature by a magic jar attack, for example, or to exercise. So it blocks any attempt to possess, right then and there, the warded creature by magic jar attack, in that means. And or to exercise mental control over the creature, including enchantment charm effects and enchantment compulsion. Like that, taking that type of sense. We've come a long way from the start of the protection from evil spell, taking that means. That grant the caster ongoing control over the subject, such as dominate person. So it said dominate, which is with this possession type thing. and it blocks any attempt on that, and that means. So from there, it blocks any attempt. Dominate. It blocks any attempt of dominate, I believe. That's correct. Protection does not prevent such effects. Remember, that's a Cleric 1 in that sense. And that looks more, that's a G in there type thing. That's it's really a 1. That's a 1 there. But I'm going to try to scan it, and I'll put it up there with me saying so right then and there. Because I think that's a 1. And the protection does not prevent such effects from targeting the protected creature, but it suppresses the effect for the duration of the protection from evil effect. It's 1 minute per cast level, and I did a video on cast level. Cast level is equal to your character level, which is not the 9 spell level that goes into it. It's the vertical column of that going to 20. And that's even more complicated than that means. And that's first there, and it's to 20. Now in this one type thing, I probably put up dice. That's here. That's the 1 to 9 type thing in that type of sense, and that's here on a chart type thing there. That's the 1 to 20 type means in that sense, and they're not exactly in the same place. And I'll try to get a scan up on that one too. Here, that's 9. In here, that's 20, taking that type of sense. That 20 corresponds to the other vertical here. See, and that's character level to level type thing. And to 20 type thing, that means 190,000 experience. So that should rock it in that sense. If the protection from evil effect ends before the effect granted mental control does, the would-be controller would then be able to mentally command the controlled creature. Likewise, the bearer keeps out a possessing life force but does not expel one if it is in place before the spell is cast. The second effect works regardless of alignment. Third, now there's other ones in there for protection type thing. There's protection from chaos and evil. There's protection from energy type thing in that type of sense. There's protection from spells, and there is protection from law and protection from good. So all those are on the chart type thing, along with the protection from evil spell type thing in that type of sense. On page 266 in the player's handbook. I'm not sure where it's in the Pathfinder. I don't think the complete warrior has been resupplemented in the Pathfinder lexicon. So whatever the classes or feats are in the complete warrior type thing, but I think they did the PHP in some manner or so. Okay. Third, the spell prevents bodily contact from summon type thing in that type of sense there. Creatures. This causes the natural weapon attacks of such creatures to fail and creatures to recoil. Like turn, when you do a turn, you can rebuke and force them to recoil away from the turner person type thing in that type of sense. If they're not great or destroyed type thing, and they have to go stand in the corner. But if you try to reforce yourself while they're in the corner type thing in that type of sense, I think they get a chance to overcome the saving throw of the turn again type thing. And I should probably make a printout of that. 288 here. That's 287. And I'm going to turn the page. And that's 288. That's summon nature, taking that type of sense. And then I'm going to turn back the page. And that's summon monster. I have a lot of issues with that. And that's 2. and that's 3. Yeah, but none of them had any other issues in life type thing. That means. And that's summon 2, and summon 3, and summon 4, and summon 5, and summon 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, taking that to the sense. And then, quite inconveniently, back on the next page, turning over from that page, and then turning over from that page type thing, and summon monster 1. That summon monster 1, that summon monster 2, that summon monster 3, that summon monster 4, and 5, and that's the word summon right there. 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the chart. Now, which is complicated to think that means, here, I think I messed up. My book is way falling apart. And it's here. Now, we just said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we've got a summon 1 through 9 on this chart type thing. So the summon 1 through 9s go through this 1 through 9 here, goes to the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. See, there's 7 right there, taking that type of sense. And that's a 7, and that's a 7. So summon 7 type thing is based off of summon spell of 7th level, and then you go